these things, versus us rolling these things out. So we created a brand new ILT team this year, just to get different perspectives, and different inputs, right? So we have like different lenses coming in, like those are all brand new to the field, so that you guys may see something that other teachers who have been doing this for years, like, oh, we're gonna do this, right? Where we say, hey, like, this may work different, I learned this really cool new thing, and like, so we wanna bring the freshman perspective, the experience perspective, and things like that. Okay, so we are gonna record this meeting, to attach it to our professional learning, and to be very transparent with our school community of like what we're doing and how we're doing it, the conversations that are had, versus like saying, hey, we're doing this and you have to do it. So they understand where it's coming from, and district loves our videos, so like they love to see the process of how we get where we are, okay? So we're gonna follow like a very structured rolling agenda, so we'll go over the expectations, and then our focus is already in breaking down that data and creating next steps of what we wanna do, school-wide, because that's been an area of concern.
Is there any way
Across the board, second and third grade, their below benchmarks have decreased, some more than others, but you know, it's still a decrease. I will say that the approaching benchmark, we have to get it to green. Like a lot of our students are like, majority of second grade is at approaching benchmark actually. Same thing with third grade, I could say, especially because
Of course.
almost all of third grade is between at benchmark and approaching. Not so much below, which is a very good thing, but we want them either at or above. That's the main thing. And like we were talking about before,
so while students
for math, it's really geometry and measurement, and I see that in our lessons, geometry and measurement. So like that right there, like we can see where we could see the areas in geometry and measurement. And then for ELA, it's finding key details. And main idea, like that is something that they've been struggling a lot. Centrality is the main idea. That's something that obviously we've been trying to work on that all year, but of course it's hard. Like they're trying to explain themselves with the details.
I think it's hard just for us because we're coming in the middle of the year. I don't know what they knew before.
I feel like
the teacher is like skipping pages, so I'm like trying to see like, oh, you did this, but this book doesn't have it written down. You did it, so it's like I'm very confused. I'm like, we have a lot to unpack.
I think for me, it's a bit more difficult because not only am I just coming in the middle of the year, but what I was prepared for, I feel like the students know a lot more than what I expected them to know. So my challenges right now is figuring out what do you know.
And how can I challenge?
Yes, how can I challenge? And also I feel like it gets a little bit more difficult when you have the behaviors because you want to be able to keep them on task, you want to be able to keep them engaged and also focused, but you also want them to enjoy the lessons. So they have improved in certain areas, which I'm very, very happy for, but I also want to implement like a lot more. So when I came into the class, there wasn't a number line.
Because I wanted to look at each domain and see exactly what each grade, needs to work on. So I'm taking a look here, I noticed that for kindergarten, 71% of them are one grade below, correct? Is this
iReady you can cover? That's and when you do the PDF, it's
so
not.
I'm just like, okay, so 71% of them are one grade below, but in which domain? Is that number of operations? Because it looks a little bit.
I told you we're gonna have to share it all in.
So that we can,
English. I'll show you the checklist, like the
track of
they
the
keep track of it.
lessons. Oh, they
Yeah.
keep track of it.
So-
Right.
You can see they write the lesson name down, the date they took it, they did it, and then the score they got, whether they passed or didn't, and then one thing they learned or a question that they have.
And it's online, like they go online too.
And then they have like these cute trackers like for the lower grades.
Oh. Okay.
This would be really good for my class. Because they could even color in.
This one's really
whenever
good.
it's
break
yes.
time, like, oh,